And one sunflower grow. The deer came through and ate it.
Hmm.
They say echinacea is deer proof and they eat it. They eat all the deer proof stuff. So I
Really?
think there's some irony there. Yeah.
Daffodils?
No, they don't eat daffodils.
You
They
know,
don't eat bee balm.
How about marigolds?
They don't eat marigolds.
They don't eat
the
marigolds.
pansy or the petunias.
But like buttercups, you know,
Mhm.
flower
Mhm.
buttercup, ravens eat them.
Oh,
I was watching them this morning and I'm going, what in the hell's hanging out of those ravens' mouths? And then all of a sudden, they all had this orange, yellow thing hanging out of their mouths. And I was watching them and pretty soon they go over and they were eating those buttercups.
Huh.
I never knew that they did that
Well,
till this morning. But yeah, did they show up on a black raven? You know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
you know,
Interest.
I thought they were stealing something that I left out. I was, what did I leave out that's yellow? And pretty soon I realized, no, it was buttercups. You guys need these for anything?
Oh, I.
Signed it.
Did you sign, Sam?
Yep. Yep.
Hello, chief.
Morning,
Tommy,
ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Northwoods, Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Paul's there.
In here.
Yeah, this little mini split. That's the job.
I think Jake and I are gonna cave and get one. Just resisted the air conditioner.
I get this mini split. I mean, this is nice. I mean, you know. This is pretty, I mean, I think it's pretty nice.
We got one in our house. It works great.
Yeah,
They do awesome. They got so much better.
that's what I mean.
First came out, they couldn't go down to certain temperatures, certain heat levels weren't working, but
Yeah, now they're nice.
high speed, low drag now.
There's not a lot of humidity out there today. I think the humidity is supposed to come back though, Thursday or Friday, but it's not supposed to be near as warm.
I don't know, we were out in the range, so it was hot.
It's warm, but it's not humid. You know, the dew points aren't bad. That's what makes it
It's
miserable.
dry.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's what makes it sweat a lot worse. Get those hot days and you're wearing your vest and, oh,
Dude, I was on the range for 2 hours. We were up there just dying.
horse flies biting you.
The ticks are still bad. He cheated and used the one by the airport instead of going out on the north end, saying we got either one of them yet for us. So I'm like, "God, I'm done. I had to qualify with one person's. I think they were supposed to qualify by the end of June, they didn't, they had a wrist injury. So I think we need an extension.
Charlie Brummer,
Yeah, those are-
half of the Brummer boys.
Yeah.
Brewer's doing.
You know,
So you're into football
did
season.
you watch that first game on Saturday?
Soccer.
You know, they got rained out on Friday night.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's just started watching soccer.
Gave up.
Well, they lost 4 to Pittsburgh, right?
Well, so they won 4 out of 5 against Cincinnati against St. Louis, at St. Louis.
Yeah.
And then they go to Pittsburgh and Friday night game got rained out. So they played Saturday when on the East Coast. It's kind of like, 11 o'clock. It's early here. It was 11 o'clock here. And it was doubleheader. And they had that game won. It was 6-3. Game was won, but they brought Ashby in. And I can't prove it, obviously, but anyway, they ended up losing 7-6. And I think he won because he could set a record for his 13th win.
Well, because you were betting on the Pirates.
No, they turned around and they lost the next game 3-2. So they lost 2 games by 1 run. And then they got creamed on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was the All-Star.
Yeah, they need a break. Good time for the All-Star break.
I actually don't mind. I don't mind when a horse team beats them like that. They got swept by Pittsburgh. But, learn your, humble.
Can't win them all, Anderson.
But it just pisses me off how they lost. God. Losing any other way than the way they did.
Oh, don't dwell on it. You give yourself an altar or something.
No, I didn't dwell on it.
It's a long season. Although, what, 59 wins all of it is pretty good.
I know they could have broke a record too. They only had to win one game out of that series. They would have got 60 wins.
Yeah.
For the break.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call it the halfway point, because it's more like 60% down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Dave.
What a day, huh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's like summertime.
It's cooling off down to the mid-80s tomorrow.
Winds out of the north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that fire, those fires up the Boundary Waters?
Hungry.
Can't believe they shut down the whole Valley Waters.
Well, tomorrow, I think tomorrow evening,
Yes.
we're gonna be in a
Accumulate all that together. We'll see what happens.
pledged alert for smoke.
Really?
Yeah,
I get a kick out of them.
The wind is coming from that direction.
tomorrow night, well,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
It's all.
So we have a northeast coming.
Orange.
Some said it's in an hour.
No.
Northeast wind,
Yes, no,
like a north-
no, yes.
I hope it's more east than west, so we don't get that smoke.
So this.
I never used to be concerned about it when, you could smell the smoke, but my cousin died.
It's.
They'll be so friends.
Big thick.
Came home from work and told his wife, he said, I'm having trouble breathing. And she said, well, and all of a sudden there's a clunk. And she went out in the kitchen and he's laying there turning blue.
So thick, so.
And then she.
Because of smoke inhalation?
Well, and then probably, and you did stop it. But she's gonna take that, they did not find, and here his OB lines were plugged up. And they sent from the smoke. But then Carol, his wife, said that.
It's snowing. Alex doing
That I never.
So it just outed something that.
I got
Yeah,
Thank you.
and I never really.
Sounds good.
out of sight, out of mind.
Got it.
Who are so vulnerable.
But I mean, that's when I started getting concerned.
Once you get down with
Some of you
it.
hear about somebody who's like, yeah,
I've been out there.
it really does affect them. It's like,
You can see glowing patches,
Yeah.
weeks after the fire.
how you doing, Carl?
Warm. How about yourself, sir?
You've gotten some sun.
Been working on one of my buildings at, right,
That's what they're saying.
didn't even realize it, but in about 3 hours the other morning, I went from being completely pale to.
Red. Yeah. It's an exact science all the time.
I got some weed or something and I cut my grass and on my ankles. Something, there's a weed or something that, cause you sweat. And it must get in my pores and it just, my ankles just got red and, blew up, an itch. Oh man, I itch them so much it dropped
And
blood.
you don't know what it was.
No. And I bought, what you use to take makeup off. I don't even know the names of it. Estrogen.
Like people or. Yep.
And I bought that and then I bought cortisol. 10% cortisol. I didn't put that on. Yeah.
So most of it looking.
And it's like, it's safe and it makes you. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it's.
Ask why.
I have a lot of books.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's all sorts of weeds. I have no idea.
On the lawnmower first.
I did.
Kids. Well, you're gonna figure it out. And, you have the engine apart.
Figure it out some days.
Used to charge.
Yeah, look up stinging nettle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beat the pigs. Beat the pigs.
Oh, it's just something.
Sit there and eat it.
Weird.
This is good bother me. You can eat it, you just have to cook it first.
My hearing. So I don't know.
We busted. You know, the field, I mean, it's. And we busted off when we were kids. We busted off with gloves and.
I bet they'd like, their face would get itchy or whatever.
I had two. That's number two. I remember I had two also.
Yeah.
My dad drilled holes in the floor of the car. See, it's just flat things.
Yeah,
Yeah, so the car didn't have it.
I thought that was a good idea. Oh. Yeah, like Wally's, one guy paranoid, like a 46 Willys Jeep, no seatbelts in that. Right. No roll bar.
How much you do? Well, kind of. Gross out at 40, but just fine for you. Because way it likes to. You don't have to. It's kind of looking
On the building the other day, my kid goes down with a spider on their arm. Do
you know if you're gonna
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know.
You're like curious.
That's the distraction.
I have a question.
Just concentrating on the road. My wife's car has
Put it in reverse.
Unless you have air conditioning at home, you'd love to.
Right.
Right.
I bet you if they knew that you had air conditioning.
Turned on the outdoor faucet and I come home and I'm picking up Lucy and the water is flowing out of our house. And I run inside and I'm like, Jake, turn the water off. He's like, oh, I was wondering why there's no pressure. And the whole inside back of our house is like this much water.
Oh, no. Who turned it on?
Jake, he was gonna take a, he was gonna rinse off before he came in the house and he turned on the faucet and first time and oh, there's something wrong in the wall that we can't see. It's just coming up as soon as you turn it
Got
on,
it.
like nowhere else.
I was wondering why
But
that.
I was just like, he's
I
like
just
standing
thought it.
outside, like humming himself, like, what's going on?
I just thought of that.
So I came from chaos for maybe,
Glad to leave. See you later.
Sanity.
Yeah.
Sanity.
yeah, it was- he was in cheerful mood when I left though, so I was like, all for it. Here we go.
I can. Somebody's getting some sun.
Oh, man. Too much. Who came out here to get away from the sea?
Oh, well, I mean, each one,
You brought it?
and you're dark.
Yeah, oh,
I had some friends yesterday come from Milwaukee and they were just about black.
really?
Yeah.
Lots of bacon, pretty good.
And I was like, holy buckets. I mean, they were dark. Just from like mowing lawn and stuff like that. I suppose if you got shorts on and you're the right skin type.
Yep.
See, you don't wanna see what happens. I start pulling his sleeve off, you know, and says,
That's me.
Jake got some awesome t-shirt tans right now. It's like, oh, like your tank top. Gonna work at that.
Yeah. That's why they call it a farmer's
It
day.
was good.
This is the last meeting for the week for you.
It's nice in here. Oof.
Yeah, my house isn't going. It's probably like 84 right now. It's not good. Very long time.
no.
We put the siding on our house and our house heat went up
Like.
5 degrees in the summer.
Oh, my.
Like that, we noticed it.
Wow.
That was, I,
Think twice about color. It does make quite a difference. Yeah.
so when I
Pretty
was,
black houses.
I was probably about, I don't know, 20 years old or something. I bought a trailer, a roll. And my first thought was how I'd heat it in the wintertime. And I'm gonna be smart. I'll paint it dark brown. And that way the sun will,
Yeah,
boy, in the summertime. oh,
exactly.
You know, it's just a
Exactly.
$10. And now it's dark brown and the sun was, I lay there.
It is winter for 9 months here though, so I mean,
No.
I can suffer for a few.
Cream here.
That was horrible.
I can tell you those airstreams are no better in the summer.
Well, they're at 10.
I touched one. I thought I burned my fingertips off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Picked up a camper from Jill and Mary Whitaker and it's got air conditioning in it. Jake and I were making jokes that we might just move the family in there for
Summer.
Couple days.
making a big bed in there.
And
But yeah.
Great parties waiting on me to.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe staying in the candle shop basement. It's cold down there.
Downstairs in your living
Yeah.
room a little bit.
I'll just bring a sleeping bag and sleep on the floor down there. They'll never notice.
Probably.
Amy's been coming to work really early.
Such a devoted.
It is 5 o'clock PM on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. I will call this regular town board meeting for the town of LaPointe to order. Take a roll call. Mike Anderson.
Here.
Amy Baxter.
Here.
John Carlson.
Here,
Samantha Dobson.
Here.
And Glenn Carlson here. We also have our town administrator, our police chief, our zoning administrator and grants administrator, our public works director, our other police officer, and members of the public. So thank you all. Is there any public comment? Yes.
And Marty Sanborn, Mayor, is just here to say thanks for the AC. And as well, we have a item on the agenda we discussed. We just wanted to let you know we'd be happy to answer questions. So we're here to provide information if needed.
Great, thank you. Thank you both. Any other public comment? Okay, moving on. Administrative reports. We have a town administrator's report. Are there any
I
questions?
have questions, but I don't see our town administrator.
He's Alex tonight.
Oh,
Alex.
over there. Hey, Max, on the back page of your report, under payroll. So you have, on our contract with Kerber Rose is gonna run out in February 27. Okay, so right above that, you have benefits management and onboarding are being handled in-house. So are you suggesting that we, when we redo the contract, we go with Kerber Rose for the onboarding and the payroll that's handled in-house?
Personally, I don't think so. I think that's a person.
So you're just kind of letting us know?
Has to be handled
Okay,
face to face, I think, with that onboarding especially.
that's fine.
So I don't see that as being something we could outsource.
That's fine. I mean, I just didn't that's fine. That's,
Any other questions for Max? Okay, let's move on. Public Works Director's report. Any questions or comments? Pete is here.
I've got a
Go
question.
ahead, John.
So what has the Wilderness Preserve come up with an idea for the beavers on the north end of the island?
So we had a meeting last week. They're proposing, putting up these cages on the ends of the collards. I don't think that's gonna work. When we do culvert steaming and clean up ends with equipment, a couple, 2-3 times maybe in the spring, we'll just destroy them. They're not cheap to put in. I think he said, the guy we talked to, Clay Frazier, said it was gonna be about 10 grand to install them at 2 different sites. One for Ashland County and one for us on Schoolhouse. And I don't think it's gonna work. That's where we're at right now. We haven't said no, we haven't said yes. I think in the immediate future, a little bit of trapping be the best course for us right now, maybe not for the Wilderness Preserve, but it's kind of where we're at.
when it comes down to, you said 23 times you had to. That's a lot of money, a lot of manpower,
That's
a lot of manpower.
across to
And
them.
when it start costing the town that much money for, I mean, I like beaver. There's nothing wrong with beaver,
No,
but they're,
yeah, it's becoming a burden.
yeah,
And the Wilderness Preserve was gonna pay for the cages.
They're looking at funding options.
And so they realized that they'd have to replace them often if they do this because of
It
like,
can last for up to 10 years.
but not if you're
not
cleaning them and,
Wrecking them with a piece of equipment,
right.
so.
And you explain that to them.
Yes.
Okay.
How about we start charging them for every time the crew goes out there to clean the culverts?
I don't see that it's really their fault. I mean, it's in the town right of way. And the wilderness preserve is on the other side of the road. They don't own the beavers. I mean,
No, but they won't let anybody go take care of them on their property.
true, but we can trap them in the right of way. And they can get mad at us, which they may,
Right.
Exactly.
but there's only so much we can take, you know, I mean, I don't want to kill them all either.
Well, when there've been problem bear, they get moved to a different island or a mainland
Yeah,
wilderness.
I think it's
Can we
extremely,
move it?
I don't know that you can live trap beaver. That'd be pretty tough.
Yeah,
They do make a live trap, but you almost gotta be where their house is or something like that.
Yeah,
And to trap beaver in the right of way next to the road, you've got people walking there with their dogs up on Chippewa Trail. Chances are, if you catch a dog, you don't want that,
right.
you know?
Well, my point is, that when it's costing this town a lot of money,
and a lot of
you
time.
gotta do what you gotta do,
Yeah,
you know? I had to do what I did years ago.
I've heard stories.
Okay, any other questions or comments for Pete? It sounds like this is going to be an ongoing discussion.
Yes.
I just wanted to thank Pete for the butterfly, for the milkweed.
Yeah, we tried not to
I
kill
sent-
that too.
Yeah, I sent him an email earlier asking if there could be certain sections that were preserved for just a little bit longer because they were in their peak when they got mowed. So, I don't know, maybe in the future, if we could just designate a couple areas or like,
Yeah, we try to leave,
I understand the drainage and.
Yeah.
the-
prone to leave, we leave alone. There's a couple spots out by the town park. We try not to.
Okay.
Um,
Okay,
yeah,
Well-
try not to kill everything.
I know, I understand. So thank you for the attention.
Any other questions or comments for Pete? Okay, moving on. Thank you, Pete. Murph Supervisors Report, and Evan is here if anyone has any questions or comments for him.
We have 2 trucks now?
No, I talked to them this afternoon. They're waiting on one part for the hook, which should be in tomorrow or Thursday. It should be done Thursday or Friday or early next week.
Okay, would you like to make a plug?
What's that?
Would you like to make a plug to anybody that's watching?
The clean sweep.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, my brain's frozen. July 23rd, Bayfield County is having their clean sweep event in Iron River at the Bayfield County Fairgrounds. You can bring electronics. You can bring chemicals, except for latex paint that can go in trash. And you can bring medical waste at no cost to anyone. The Murph will be has arranged with Veolia and Dynamic Solutions to bring our electronics and chemicals that we've collected over the past year to drop off for that event.
Thank you, Evan. Anybody have any other questions or comments for Evan? Okay, thank you. Moving on, Airport Managers Report. Questions or comments? Okay. Planning and Zoning Administrators Report.
I do have a question.
Go ahead, Mike.
Let me find this first.
Okay.
Rich, on the. Let's see, question on the harbor assistant, where are you?
Yes.
On the harbor assistant grant, so you said there's 3 projects. You're gonna put in on August 1st for the grant that's gonna go in for the harbor assistant, but you got 3 years of 3 projects for the docks?
So.
In the
yeah,
ramps?
So 3 projects, for the grant for next year, it would be just the 2027.
So do you have to put a grant in every year for the next 3 years?
Yes.
Okay, got
So
it.
they were looking for a plan as to what our 3-year plan was.
Okay,
We included those 3, one for 27, one for 28, one for 29. But this is only for 27, so we're submitting the first.
okay, got it.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments for Rich? Thank you, Rich. Accounting Managers Report.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, police chief's report. Thank you, Tom. Fire chief's report.
If they make these new alternative water sources, are we gonna have mosquito problems? Is there something that we could add to those ponds to not have more mosquitoes?
Good question. I don't know.
Oh, I thought there was like products that you.
There's several products you can grab. Some of them are an inert bacteria that just target the mosquito larvae, don't target anything else.
And they are not flammable? That was the real question. Like, can we add something to those water for these ponds that we're making for fire trucks that wouldn't
Make the fireworks.
make the fire worse?
Fish.
Diesel fuel.
Fish, yeah, fish would be a good
Oh.
idea.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
all right. Any other questions or comments on the fire chief's report? Okay. Ambulance director's report. Is there unanimous consent to place these reports on file?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And I must say, I'm just more and more impressed with the quality of the reports we're getting. So thank you all. Moving on, Public Works, Airport, approve hangar lease for Lot 3A for Westermeyer. Is there a motion to approve this lease?
Yes, with Bill Stoltz.
I believe so.
Make a motion to approve the lease agreement with Joel Westmeyer.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, under committees, we have planning and zoning. Discuss TPC's recommendation for the healing motion framework. And Rich, did you want to elaborate at all on this? I know we've got Shiraz in here.
You all have a handout that's 2 pages. And that's exactly what was used in the TPC meeting. Just kind of walking through the assumptions and where it's at and some of the specifics. What TPC approved to move forward for the town board to consider really is on the back on page 2. And a potential steps and proposed framework is at the bottom, kind of 3 steps with an asterisk. I won't go over those 3. You can take a look at those, but that's what TPC had recommended as far as the next steps. And it's, looking at what that process would be. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, when did the TPC make the recommendation? Because I watched the meetings, I heard them play with the idea of what's going on behind here,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen a written recommendation or a consensus or anything like that.
Nothing written.
Right.
It was a verbal discussion to carry it forward to town board. And that would have been, I believe, in the June 2nd meeting.
Usually we get something in writing that says that there was.
We're happy to incorporate if you'd like that.
So they have not taken official action.
We don't have anything in writing.
And some of the things, I guess, the map change is definitely in their wheelhouse, right?
Yes.
So that's probably the principal issue for the TPC to make a recommendation on, and that would be part of the zoning ordinance change.
Be part of it. It would be through a certified survey map and be a CSM
Okay.
revision. That would then, we would have to get the exact details because of the structure over there, and it would be the first step in confirming that from an acreage standpoint and setback standpoint, that it's creating two conforming lots.
We're not being asked to do anything tonight, right? This is, they're looking for a consensus at this point of whether we think the concept is appropriate.
Yeah, I think it's, there's a proposed framework that's on the back, and it's really to get town board's agreement to continue the process and looking at those steps. And making sure that, there's no major issues or identifying additional issues for TPC to look at.
Okay, thank you, Rich. John?
I guess I'm wondering, the buildings then would become part of the town, and that'd be something else that we would be required to maintain. And snowplow in the winter time.
Ken's got it.
Ken, go ahead.
I can respond. No, that wouldn't be the proposal, John. The proposal would create a nonprofit organization, and the buildings would be donated to the nonprofit organization. It would be responsible for maintaining, running the business as is. We're really just trying to continue Healing Motion beyond our tenure here. The last several years have taught us a number of things, but one of them, that life is short and you can't know when things are going to happen. We'd like to see it continue. So no, the town would not be responsible. There would be a nonprofit organization that would pay all the expenses, do all the maintenance, whatever improvements, et cetera.
So similar to the LaPointe Clinic.
Similar to the clinic. And at some point, if that nonprofit board decided, okay, no longer, then the property would get donated. We're working on the details for that, but probably to the clinic as part of the medical facilities on the island to do it, whatever. But we're hoping that it could continue for many years.
Well, I guess my next question is, when you go to the TPC, Rich, ask them about on number 3, bullet point 2, conditional use permit will expire upon transfer of the property.
Yeah, they'd have to do a new CUP.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for this to be recommendation, shouldn't have been.
It's not a recommendation.
No.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, I think that.
it's kind of
Yeah.
jumped the gun here on this for
Yeah,
us.
I don't think it's a recommendation. It's probably a consider TPC consensus that they want to move forward on this. But I think it's wise for them to come to us, at this point and say, is this something that we should spend time on? Or is this something that the town board just is not going to go for? Is that
Correct.
fair?
Yes. I think that's the fair summary of what's being looked for. Any other additional issues? This is literally just 3 dot points. It's kind of a framework of what we were thinking, bringing it into that parcel becoming G1, which is government and institutional. So it was looking for any fatal flaws, I guess, at this point. More time needs to be spent on it, more details, really flushing this out has to occur. It's just, I think at this point, are there any major roadblocks?
Well, go ahead, Mike.
I got a question for Ken or Marnie or why, so you'd get a separate 501(c)(3)?
We would create, we haven't, but we would.
So that would be separate from this one over here?
Yes. Yes, it would be particularly for the Healing Motion Wellness Center itself.
Okay.
So we needed like an open meeting or something like that for the public to accept that
To acquire.
fire property?
Not if there's benefit to the town.
Donation.
I think if it's a donation, we don't.
Okay, just a question.
Yeah, I think with the, like the Russell Park,
Yep,
I don't think that required a
I don't think.
town meeting, but
Okay,
I'd like to say that I'm strongly in support of this. I think the Healing Motion is certainly, just driving by there, serving a lot of people. And I think that it is, very much in line with our comprehensive plan as far as providing for wellness opportunities for the island. Obviously, many details, the finer points need to be worked out, but I think in general, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's a good thing for the island. Anybody else have any thoughts at this point?
I have a question, if there is any other precedent of this happening before on the island? If there's any other
I guess the question is, what is this? Okay,
Yeah, well, a donation of land put into governmental property ownership, like town ownership.
well, like the Russell Park,
Okay,
that was donated by the
Okay.
Russell
There
family.
was
and, okay, so then I guess
North End.
the second piece of that would be then, you know, with the, like, the CUP changes and things like that, like, just any other precedent that, you know,
Well, we have lots of,
Examples.
yeah, we have lots of examples, as we know, of parcels having multiple CUPs sequentially over time.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay.
And so, you know, my understanding is that pretty much all of this would need to take place pretty much simultaneously.
Mhm.
You know, the donation, the renewal of or the revision of a CUP to have it be in the name of a nonprofit, or in the name of the town, frankly, right? And so, and I don't know if the town,
Well, that's what I'm saying about getting hung up.
yeah, we
Because
might
the
not
town-
need a CUP.
The town doesn't, we're already a nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
And so that's why I asked the question to Ken and Marnie, that's where I get hung up. Because if you're donating the land for the town, and we're already a nonprofit organization. We're
But
government.
we will only own the land. We won't own the yurt.
To be able to build.
Right.
The 501c3 will own the yurt.
Yeah, kind of.
So they'll have to get a CUP probably to run the yurt.
Well, on the CUP, and that's a great question, right? Is that if it becomes government and institutional district, one of the permitted uses is healthcare facility and or educational facility public. So a CUP may not be required.
It's a regular.
It's a permitted use.
Okay.
Okay. Any other, can we get a feeling of the board, a sense of the board on how we feel about this?
I'm for it.
I am as well.
If it benefits the town people, if it benefits the town, which it does, it would benefit the town health wise. Yeah, I've got no problem.
John?
I got no problem, but I'd like to see what the TPC comes back with for their recommendation for us, though.
Yeah. The devil's sometimes in the details.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you both. I think it's a very generous idea that you brought forward, and hopefully things will proceed smoothly. Thank you. Moving on to Zoning Board of Appeals. We made an appointment, but the person did not do their oath in time. So we need to reappoint Tom Nelson to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Is there a motion to do so?
I'll make a motion. To appoint Tom Nelson to the zoning board of appeals.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have Town Hall Administration update on the ESB microgrid project. Next.
Yeah, you know, a few meetings ago, at my request, I asked the board to approve proceeding with Plan B, which was a Buy American compliant scope. And just as I was getting ready to get that going, I got word back from the grant from the PSC that things have been happening. They published our grant for public comment. I think the 26th of June when it started, and it closes tomorrow. So I think I've been told it would be no more than a month after that closes before we would hear. So I think at this point, we've waited this long. Despite the fact I asked for the board to let me go with the alternate, that we wait another month before we do anything.
New information.
Yeah.
Do we need to take action, or, I mean, we're just really taking you're taking no action
No
on something that we've already done. Does anyone have an issue with us taking no action?
No, I think we should do what we planned on doing in the first place.
Recently,
If we can, if they let us.
that's not only a month away.
Yeah, okay, we'll move on with that. Thank you, Max. Next is to approve the RFP posting for the interior alterations for the winter transportation building. Again, this is to allow the police department to relocate to the winter transportation building, which would then open up the current police office here in Town Hall for Max to move into so that he and Rich would not have to share offices going forward much longer. So is there a motion to approve the RFP posting
Or
for
we can
those?
discuss it all.
Well, once we get a motion.
Make a motion to.
Make a motion to approve the,
Well, second with discussion.
Okay, moved and seconded, discussion.
who drew this up?
Pardon?
Who drew this up?
I did. I mean, it's my draftsmanship.
Okay, so there's a door, so this door over here on facing the east. You did, that's not on here, so that door would remain.
Yeah,
Okay,
all the doors with their name.
and then like how big is what's the gang? How big is the police department office in there? The dimensions.
It'll be much larger.
Oh, yeah.
3 times the size.
So we don't know what the dimensions are.
This one currently, I guess 10 by like 15.
So 150 square feet.
So this one would be 26 by 20, more or less.
500
Are
square
you
feet.
dividing that back room off? Is that what you're planning?
Yeah, this sketch, I'm
I
sorry,
haven't seen the sketch, so I have no idea what's going on.
just we run a corridor
The
down.
doors.
There's a corridor down to the existing winter transportation office. And you would have a door so that your folks could go into the bathroom, a door that could lock. And then winter transportation people can go back and forth to the bathroom as well as to that office that winter transportation has.
So Max, the door that faces the south on the end,
Mhm.
that's gonna remain.
That would be the law enforcement's primary entrance.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
So we can go knock and say, hey, Tom, I need a conference.
Well, that'll be,
They're not gonna do
You're not gonna answer me.
it.
Okay, John, did you have any?
No, I second and
Oh, I
Did
thought
the
it was
motion
discussion. Okay, got it. Any other questions or comments on this? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you and good luck. Next, and we'll have air conditioning, right?
Hopefully.
Sure.
That's the best. Cool.
Whatever you want.
Stays cool.
All right.
I used to go up there and
well, then.
Okay, motion carries. Moving on, we have the approval of an interim contract with Island Septic. We've learned that we actually have to post an RFP for septic waste, and so the current contract, I understand, is coming to an end
It ended at June 30th,
on 30th, and so this is really just to carry us over until.
2 months, just
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the interim contract?
I'll make a motion to approve the interim contract with Islands LLC.
and I'll second it with discussion.
Okay, moved and seconded, discussion.
So why doesn't this have to be put out on bids?
It does.
Alex researched it and came back and said this. She talked to the Wisconsin Towns Association and the lawyer, and he said this has to be out for bids. I don't know the rationale.
So it does have to be put on bids. Okay,
This is just to get us through opening bids and
the next,
being at, yeah.
okay, got it.
Basically an extension.
Yep.
For now. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have a lease agreement with the Bayfield School District for, well, it says for summer rec, but that's,
They want to use the same building, the same space that they used for the temporary school. Over the summer, they just wanted to use it for storing the equipment that was in there. So they don't have to move it. They don't know what they're gonna do in September. So this is just almost exactly the same language as the agreement that was approved for the school.
okay, so,
There is a slight tweak in that our summer rec people might want to use that same space. So that's why this,
Oh,
yeah, that's why the combination of those.
okay. All right, any other questions? Do we have a motion? Do we have a
No.
motion? Do we have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement between the school district and us for the rec center property.
I'll second with discussion.
Moved and seconded, John?
Have you talked to the rec center people, the summer program, through the library to make sure that the storage and the use aren't going to,
Yes, yeah, we
Okay.
talked through that and talked with Joel Shulman from the school district, so he's aware that some rec people would be in there
okay,
at some point.
all right, thanks.
Any other comments? My only comment, Max, is, Esme Martinson is no longer the president of the school board.
Oh.
So it should be signed by Sarah Trudeau,
Oh, okay,
who's the new president of the school
Alright.
board as of April.
okay, so we'll get a new cleaner job, all right.
Any other questions, comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have to approve the RFP posting for septic waste removal. Motion to approve the RFP posting.
I'll make a motion to approve the RFP posting for septic waste removal.
Second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have vouchers.
I will make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $36,994.61.
second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have minutes from June 23rd.
I'll make a motion to approve the minute of June 23rd, 2026.
second,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, moving on, we have emergency services, police department, police compensation. And because this does not consider specific employees, we are not allowed to go into closed session for this discussion. So this discussion will be in open session. So Max or whoever wants to
Let's start. And, so just as context, the current, scheme for determining law enforcement wages is the most complicated thing I've seen my whole career. And it's about this issue of the 8 hours sleep time. That's really been makes it difficult because sometimes it's standing by, sometimes it's, so that means minimum wage. And then if it's not standing by, then it's a stipend of $50. And it's just a really complicated system. And I think that if you look at, I did finally figure that whole spreadsheet out and the way it works. So a particular officer will put down all their hours for every day, and then they will code whether it's on duty, off duty, within a 24-hour period. And then there's all these different pay rates based on what they're doing. Then when let's say they have 120 hours overtime, that would be 34 hours overtime. They take the total number of hours and then divide it in. So it's really, and then they multiply it times time and a half. It's the most complicated thing. So now that we have 3 full-time officers, that gives us the opportunity, I think, to drive down overtime. And this idea, and it was really Tom that introduced me to this system called 4896, where every full-timer works in a 14-day period. They work 2 48-hour straight shifts. And we just get around the fact that whether we're paying them or not paying them, whether they're on call or standing by, or we just pay them the 48 hours at their straight rate. That 2/48 is 96 hours. Law enforcement gets anything over 86 in a 14-day period. That's overtime. we would be at, then if they didn't come back again, they would be sort of at 10 hours overtime. I see and I mean, last year's not a good comparison because we had, the chief was out on workers' comp. So, and we only had 2 full-time guys. So the amount of overtime was crazy high. And I think with a simpler system like this, and then the use of part-timers, so the 3 full-timers can rotate, their 48 hours shift can be rotated, so that one guy doesn't get stuck on a weekend all the time. And then the part-timers fill in. And it's much simpler, you're not worried about, is he on call, is he standing by, or any of that stuff. By law, we have to pay for anything over 86 hours and 14 days. We have to pay that. I think that I just would advocate for a much simpler system. Did everybody get a 3rd page on this? If I realize you just have 2 pages? 2 pages. Here is
I have a third.
The 3rd page.
you have a 3rd page. You have here, Jack.
The 3rd page.
If I may,
Go ahead.
also, we did some comparisons of what we're doing now versus what we want to do. And at the end, the check is gonna be about the same. So it's not like we're gonna be making way more money or way less money. It's within voucher you look at and to do the math to break it down. So I went to Max with this idea to help curb some of the overtime because it's obviously an issue. The 4896 is becoming more popular in other places because it's retention. You can keep guys, they got more time off. Gives them time with their families versus stretching out 8 days. And especially if they have to stay 8 days at night, they gotta sleep here for those 8 nights. But the mathematical cash out of pocket, in essence, isn't gonna be a lot different for us. It's gonna be much simpler for Max, because we've had errors that keep popping up over and over. We had a calculation from one year to another where a 0.5 wasn't added into one of the formulas, so we had to be retro paid. We've had issues where the definition of what is a 24-hour work period for one guy is different than another guy, so they're getting the stipend versus the minimum wage calculated. And to be honest, I still don't understand the formula. And I've been using it for however long it was implemented. And this was obviously when we were discussing this back with attorneys, and once attorneys gets involved, it got kind of convoluted. But Max and I, we've come up with an idea that we think it's gonna be fair to all of us. I think it's gonna be much simpler for whoever's doing the bookkeeping. If you look at the actual numbers of what we've spent this year versus last year, labor wise, we're actually a little under at the same point last year, which even that was with mainly 2 guys working full-time plus another full-time job. And that's where we ended up with a lot of overtime, but it was just the manpower issue. It was a simpler time now because we've gotten part-time guys back. We've got Richard hired full-time. So, if you wanted, I can pull in the numbers and show you exactly what one of my vouchers does one way, one of the vouchers will do another way. When you're seeing the numbers come out, because I had both the guys check theirs too, to make sure that they didn't see something different that I didn't.
Okay, thank
That
you.
makes sense? I don't know if I.
Well, we'll see. Amy, you have a question?
Okay, this 4896, does it take care of what the lawyer had a problem with
Yes.
sleeping and stuff?
Yes, because basically what we're doing is taking like a fireman schedule.
Okay,
Because firemen paid.
I don't want to do this, and then the lawyer says, hey,
No, and-
remember what I said?
I've actually reached out. There's a couple different agencies that I've reached out
Okay.
and talked to, and this is exactly how they're doing it.
Okay,
So it simplifies it, and I have reference material if you need to have. proof.
no, I just want to know that we're not gonna get,
No, and that's where there was discussion by someone that we should actually calculate back to, the beginning of time and see how much money they owed us. And I told that person no, because that was foolish. And that person's not here anymore, so we don't have to worry.
okay.
The other thing I want to point out, as far as driving the costs down, is encouraging, I'm encouraging Tom to have his folks use comp time, like Public Works, so that comp time is paid if you've earned overtime. I think the law enforcement can use that, just like Public Works has used it, and I'm encouraging Tom to use that, so that should further kind of work down on the overtime.
I believe we're using that in lieu of, or in.
Yeah.
Paid time off, not comp time, because comp time has legal connotation that if one of the guys wants to use it, I cannot refuse it.
Hmm.
Paid time off, I can say you can't take Christmas off if you're the only guy working Christmas. So
Thank
when
you.
you say comp time, I don't like that term because it's a legality issue.
Thank you.
Paid time.
Okay, any questions, any
I
other
have
questions?
questions.
Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, how do you think this will affect the police wages for the budget? For the budget cycle, annual budget cycle, twenty
It
twenty-seven?
should be pretty much the same.
It'd be almost a wash. In essence, it should be about the same. If you look at what we've, and this is again hard to say because we had not a typical year last year. Because of the way two guys were getting basically all of the pay versus three guys splitting it plus a couple part-times. So we think it should be easier to figure out where the money's going. And it's going to prevent two guys from having to work when we can actually have 3+ working. So all the money's gonna be about the same. It's not gonna be a huge saving. It's just gonna prevent the overtime in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna have 120 hours, we're gonna have 96 hours.
I just wouldn't want to come to budget season and then find out that, well, this isn't gonna work. I mean, what sense?
Well, that's why I said, when you look at the vouchers, when we do the math either way, it's about the same out of pocket for the town. So it's gonna be about the same. I think it might be actually in a little bit lesser when we have the bigger overtime periods like 4th of July, where we end up with 3 guys working instead of just 2.
Yeah. Okay, my other question is probably for Max. Well, I don't understand the hours in the second column of your third page, the one that you just handed out this afternoon. Like you've got, for 4th of July, you've got 499 hours. I don't understand it.
I looked at the payroll run and for
You're
the,
talking about 2 weeks?
that's for 2 weeks. That included the 4th of July. Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, got it.
It's not for the 4th of
Just the
July.
4th.
I was like, I did not understand that.
Didn't you see all the cops out here?
That'd be an awful lot.
Yeah, they were undercover, I said.
That's for 80, that's for a 2-week period.
Yes.
Okay.
And just, 14 days, 24 hours a day is 336 hours.
And so right above that, your inline marathon weekend, same thing. That's your 2-week period.
Yeah, so all of them are. I wanted to pick a pay period with nothing unusual happening on the island. Then one that had something like a marathon, then one, the big killer is the 4th of July. And when you have that many resources, then this alternate proposal is actually cheaper.
Got it.
Okay. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Tom. Any other questions or comments on this? And, the proof will be in the pudding.
Yeah.
We will see the results. And I know that we're paying close attention to police department wages for this year and trying to make sure that we, if we go over budget, which I think we're expecting to do a little bit, but we'll not want to blow it up.
Yeah, I think that if we get this approved, then we can start this now, and we can see, but as we're setting the budget for 27, we can see if this helps us out or, doesn't do much for us before we set the budget for next year.
And probably by the time we get to that, we will have an answer from the circuit court on our lawsuit with Ashland County,
I would hope so.
which might have an impact on what we do going forward. Okay. So are you looking for approval tonight?
Well, it's up to the board. I mean,
Sure, but is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the 4896
The
plan.
plan that was proposed?
Yeah.
Starting this next pay period.
Starting,
You guys are in charge.
Well, whenever he's.
when do you want it to
Schedule.
start? When do you want this to start?
well, not this next pay, the pay period after the one that is next week. So what would that be? So 1st of August. Let's say.
Okay,
I'll make the motion for starting the 1st of August.
I will second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next public comment B. Charlie.
Since you talked about putting the septic out on bids and we consulting out on bids, well, with the increasing costs of fuel, both gasoline and diesel. I don't know if it's possible for the town to put gasoline and diesel purchases out on bids as well. Seems like it's a similar commodity. And I can just imagine between police, fire, roads department, they're going through quite a bit of fuel. Unless the microgrid gets up and you can have electric vehicles everywhere. Electric grid or Pete?
Yeah, no, thanks.
Yeah,
That's the thought. I mean, thought about putting gasoline and diesel out on bids as well.
I know we do propane out on bid. I
If
don't.
it's required, you have to, I mean, if it's required, if it's not
I mean,
required,
gasoline's a $2 a gallon anymore.
Right,
Right.
right.
if it's required, then.
Yeah, I think we should follow what the rules are.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Charlie. Any other public comment? Okay. We now have liquor licenses, or we have a non-intoxicating beverage license for Bird's Nest / Birdie Palace. Do we have a motion to approve that liquor license?
I'll make them. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the non-intoxicating beverage license for Bird's Nest / Birdie Palace.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Next, we have lawsuits and legal.
I don't have an update.
They've got about 2 months to go. The judge has about 2 more months to
If
make
it's a
his
risk.
decision. Yeah. Okay, new agenda items for future meetings. I suspect that by our next meeting, we will have a recommendation from the Harbor Commission on reduced fare for EMS and fire department personnel. And that will need to get approved by the town board after the Harbor Commission takes it up. Any other agenda items?
Will there be a TPC meeting in between where you will be able to make a recommendation?
No, the next CPC meeting's August 5th.
And we can add things, obviously, between now and then. All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor,